Alright, we're back. Dick Logan, Authentic Being. First video for this, I wanted to touch on what is being authentic and what is your authentic being. I feel like those can be a little confusing and conflicting at times, and sometimes are hard to figure out. Being authentic isn't just speaking bold and blind truth, I don't think. Being authentic is knowing when and how to speak bold and blind truth as well. It's not just about saying, hey man, I don't like this guy, so I'm gonna fucking tell that asshole I don't like him. Fuck you, I don't like him. I'm authentic. No. Means there might be a time and a place to tell him that you don't like him, and there might be a proper way of going about telling him you don't like him, or something along those lines. Just wanted to touch there for a brief moment. We'll use an example, as well, your authentic being, what is that? How do we put that to words? I think a lot of people have been trying to describe that for a long time, and people have done pretty good jobs, and I'm not going to say that it hasn't already been spoken maybe in some ways, but I'm going to say it in my authentic way, and maybe it'll resonate with some and maybe it won't. Your authentic being is pretty much your conscience, your soul, that spark of your heart, that energy, that little voice, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of all that. Beyond just that, it's really you. It's the real you trying to come out. It's a familiarity is what it comes down to. Talking about familiarity. When you know something just feels right, when you know something just feels good, or for whatever reason the opposite, you know something's not good, you know something doesn't feel right. What is that? What is that feeling? The best word I can find for it is familiarity. It feels familiar. It feels like we've done this before, like we've been here a couple of times, is what it ultimately really comes down to. So I think being authentic is about staying true to yourself, but also a part of staying true to yourself is doing what's best for yourself. So, let's say, you work a Fortune 500 company and you don't like your supervisor. I don't know why I use the you don't like. There's got to be other examples, but these are the first ones coming off the top of my head. I'm driving right now. I'm trying to do this on the fly. So you work at some Fortune 500 company. You don't like your supervisor, but you went fucking 4 or 6 years of college for this. You started getting ready for this even in your senior year of high school. You just bought a house now. Your wife's about to have a baby, or maybe you're a girl and you just got pregnant, and your husband's working. All this stuff's happening, but you don't like your supervisor. Well, on surface value, being authentic would be telling that supervisor you don't like him. But is that actually going to be in your best interest? Is it? No, obviously not. I think we can all figure that out. So we don't do that. I think the reason I'm using this now that I'm actually explaining it more is coming to me is these examples I feel like everyone can relate to. Everyone's had a boss they didn't like. Everybody's had a coworker they didn't like. Everybody's dealt with someone they didn't like. Teacher, something. So, but you had to be nice to them because it worked out into your better interest to be nicer to them at least. At least be friendly with them, You ain't got to be buddy-buddy, but at least keep it cordial. Because obviously, telling that person you don't like them if they're like a supervisor at a Fortune 500 company you work, now they fire you. And they also say you're unreasonable. You know, they put on your records and stuff, oh, this guy, he don't listen to authority. He has a problem with his supervisors all the time, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Now he just made your job even harder to go get a new job. See? So authentic being, while being authentic about it and staying true to yourself, is also recognizing sometimes staying true to yourself means that you maybe have to kind of force yourself to be in a situation or deal with something you don't want to deal with, or be somewhere you don't want to be, or whatever it may be. So authentic being, again, wrapping it up and coming full circle, is about being yourself, being who you really are, and listening to the voice inside of you. That is your authentic being. You are not the authentic being. This physical form, this right here, this is not the authentic me. While it's an avatar that is me, that I like, that I'm cool with, that I do the beard the way I like, whatever it is that, you know, we all dress ourselves up and make ourselves comfortable to an extreme. It's not really who you are. And that plays into the idea of when do you actually cease to be you? You know, this body doesn't define you. If you got your hand cut off, would you no longer be you? No, you still you. You're just missing a hand. If you got your whole arm taken off, would you still be you? Still you. You're just kind of missing an arm. You know, leg, everything. At what point do you stop being you? Is when that conscious form of energy leaves your body, leaves this vessel. So obviously that must be the real you. This is just a shell of who you are. This is an armor. This is what you portray to the outside world. So being authentic, there you go. Dick Logan, at your service.